Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots.
This is a very juvenile question for me to ask, but you know I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you ever feel like that scene from Ghosts where Whoopi Goldberg's got her arms around you?
Hold on. Is that how that worked?
Isn't that what it was?
Oh, it was Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, it was Patrick Swayze.
I feel like someone's arms are
Whoopi.
around me, like...
I mean, I would take either. Whoopi or Swayze. Any day.
Yeah,
Any day.
yeah. I'm not picky about who's hugging me. Well,
You can find Fort Worth Roots online at fortworthroots.com. On all the social media sites, it is Fort Worth Roots. And to see the videos associated with these episodes, go to YouTube and look for Fort Worth Roots. If this is your first time listening to an episode on the Fort Worth Roots podcast, don't lose us. Make sure you follow us on whatever streaming service you're listening to this on. You can also find us on those social media sites. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. More information about our sponsors and events that we have coming up in the near future will be at the end of this episode. Real quick, this episode is sponsored by Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. You can go to roofingsolutionshouk.com or you can get them at 817-882-6520. All this information will be in the show notes. And just by mentioning the Fort Worth Roots podcast, you'll get 50% off of a roofing tune-up. Shout out to our listener supporters, Angela Houk and Stephanie Daniels. They are making monthly contributions to the show to help us buy new equipment and keep up the new brick-and-mortar studio just outside of downtown Fort Worth. You can also support the show through Patreon by going to patreon.com and typing in Fort Worth Roots in the Find Creator search bar. Today's episode is event coverage from Pouring Glory's Chili Cook-Off that we had about a month ago. Scott, the owner, was nice enough to bring us out there so that we could talk to the folks at bcsave.org. It's a border collie rescue, and we got to sit down with Randy and Lainey. This is an organization that helps rehome border collies and get them out of terrible situations and find awesome new homes for these lovely little puppies. So in this recording, you'll get to hear from Randy and Lainey. Then we roll into some recordings with some of the vendors that were at this event. Allie and Juliana were with I Made This For You. Then we move into our recording with Adeline. She has her own little business called adeline.art that you can find on Instagram. After that, it's Sam and Annie with Rock Paper Goods. Then we close the whole episode out with me and Stephanie Daniels sitting back and talking about the event for the day. We do participate in the chili testing to cast our vote and participate in the chili cook-off. All around, just a fun recording. We've been doing stuff like this, event coverage of different things that Fort Worth Roots gets invited out to kind of participate and help promote. And if you did not get to come to this event, and if you missed the September event that we did, the 100th episode party, or if you missed the River Oak Springfest Car Show or Psychedelic Panther, all the different events that we've been out to, that's okay. No big deal. We're going to do more, and we want to see you at these events. So keep listening. We're going to keep you up to date with events that are coming up in the future. We always pack that information at the end of the show, or you can follow us on Facebook. Facebook is pretty much our public board where we put all of our information out about Fort Worth Roots and all of our friends, our musicians, our authors, some of the restaurants that we frequent, and different stuff like that. All right, that's enough talking out of me. Thank y'all for being here, and let's start the show. Okay, can everybody hear okay?
Gotcha.
Test. All right, perfect. Yeah, apparently that's a thing. You got to make sure you don't put minors in front of a camera, and I support that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, we got Randy with us, and ma'am, your name?
Lainey.
Lainey?
Yes.
Okay, and the name of the organization?
We are from Border Collie Save and Rescue, also known as BC Save.
Okay, and is that a Fort Worth-centered organization?
It is Fort Worth-centered. We cover actually the entire Metroplex as well as the Austin areas.
Okay.
We have dogs for fosters that are all through Central and North Texas.
Awesome. And from what I understand, you guys are a non-profit and a 100% volunteer organization.
That is correct. We're volunteers. Everyone that does it volunteers. The couple that started the organization do work on this full time, but they do have full-time jobs. They don't pull any salary from it or anything. Everything goes back to the dogs.
Awesome. Now, why Border Collies?
That's a great question. Border Collies are just crazy dogs.
Yeah.
And either you love them or you hate them. They are very high energy. They just have incredibly big personalities, and they are known as the smartest dogs of all breeds.
Yeah.
And so you have to be a special person to like Border Collies and to live with a Border Collie.
And I see Lainey nodding her head over there.
Yeah, there was also an organization that was here in Fort Worth and Dallas, but then they decided to move down to the Houston area.
Okay.
So the couple who started BC Save decided, hey, we should start something here in Fort Worth so people aren't missing out on Border Collies too.
Right. Now, how do you find all these people that are willing to take in these rescues and to operate as a foster family until a permanent home is found?
We try and do as many events out in the public as we can to get our name out there and to let people know about Border Collies. But it's primarily word of mouth. Mm-hmm. A lot of people that are into dogs that are going to be into like frisbee and different agility, different types of competition dogs. Border Collies are usually the top of those. So people that are familiar with the sports of dogs are familiar with Border Collies.
And I had no idea, but you pointed this out to me earlier. The gentleman that won the world competition, or the second place for the world competition for Border Collie sport, or
this is just for all dogs. It's a frisbee contest.
Oh, okay. So not specific to Border Collie.
Not just specific to Border Collie. It's any breed. It's called toss and fetch, where you have 1 minute to toss the frisbee as many times as you can and have the dog run out, catch the frisbee, and bring it back.
Yeah.
And the further away that you throw it, the more points you get.
Crazy.
And so you try and get as many points as you can in 60 seconds.
I don't follow it, but every time I see something like that cross the television, I stop dead in my tracks and watch it for a couple hours.
Yeah, Border Collies are real known for that. They're known for agility, where they're doing jumps and ramps and going through tunnels and that type of stuff. That typically the Border Collie breed wins that every year in the big competitions.
You might have already stated this, but I think somebody earlier was telling me that Border Collies are the smartest breed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was a competition for who's the most smartest dogs with toys and naming toys, and all the finalists were Border Collies.
Now, how do they judge that? How do you actually get down to quantifying the intelligence of a dog?
The biggest thing they do is how many commands they can learn. Most breeds can learn only less than 20 commands. But there are some Border Collies that they have recorded that have learned well over 1,000 different commands.
Yeah.
Lainey, I see these videos on YouTube and TikTok where dog owners have put, I want to say like a soundboard together, and each button that the dog can press is a different word. And then the dog owner will say, ask the dog a question or something like that, and then the dog will respond by hitting a series of these buttons. Is that real?
I have no idea. I don't know any dogs personally who can do that, but I've always wanted to try with one of my dogs.
So you've never seen it?
I've never seen it in real life.
Now, if any dog could do it, it sounds like a Border Collie could do it.
Yeah, probably.
But just you've never seen it personally?
I've never seen it in person. I've seen videos, but...
So 1 to 10, 10 being very probable, 1 being total malarkey, would you say, point-wise, how likely is it that that's real, do you think?
I think probably like a 7 to an 8.
Okay, all right. I want it to be real because I want to talk to my dog.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. So, do y'all live here in the Fort Worth area?
We do.
Yes.
And Lainey, is this your father?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my father.
That's how you got dragged into this today.
Yes.
But you seem very passionate about this. You really enjoy this, don't you?
Yes, I really like working with the Border Collie.
She is considered the #1 volunteer for BC Save. She learns all the dogs. She volunteers at every event and loves to just adopt out the Border Collies and help find them home.
Now, how many Border Collies have you guys fostered over the years?
So we fostered and adopted one in 2020.
What was that one's name?
Oreo.
Was Oreo a boy?
Girl.
Girl, okay.
We still have her.
Well, that didn't work out, did it?
No.
We foster failed, as they call it. That We couldn't give her up. We learned we're not good fosters.
We came in saying we're just going to wait until she finds a perfect home, and then we adopted her 2 months later.
Yeah, okay.
And then we pulled 2 out of the shelter, held one of them for about a week and one of them overnight.
Okay.
And that's all we fostered.
Okay.
We have adopted 3 different border collies.
Dad learn after Oreo, like,
We're not fostering.
it'll turn into a dog ranch, won't it?
It will quickly.
Well, and I think that's probably what would happen with me too, because I was out there. What dog was it that I was out there with, right there by y'all's pavilion? We pulled her out of the kennel. And
Tess.
Tess, yes, Tess. If I had my way, Tess would be going home with me today.
If I had my way, she'd be going home with me too.
Because that sweet little dog, she just like turned into mush in my lap, and then like put her legs up and it was ridiculous how quickly comfortable she got with me, and was just being a sweetheart.
Well, we find that in the rescue world that
they just want to be loved.
Dogs just want to be loved, and there's very few dogs that won't be that way. That won't just cuddle up to a human that allows them to.
Yeah.
That's why we're so passionate about the organization. Is just all the dogs deserve someone to love them.
Yeah, they're adorable, and I've always wanted a really intelligent dog too, and I had no idea that Border Collie was the gold winner for the intelligence points. I didn't know that.
They
That's
are
really cool.
And not all of them are that way, but the majority of them are. Most of them are very active. They're herding dogs by instinct. That's what they were bred for.
Right.
And so most of them do have a very high herd instinct. They're not necessarily the best dogs for kids, because they will herd kids.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
They'll herd a kid.
Our dog Oreo, she likes herding, and we have another dog Sam, and he likes balls. So they're just the perfect match, because we'll throw balls to Sam and he'll run, and Oreo will hurt him, and Sam's so focused he couldn't care less.
Now, when you say hurt children, it's not that they're biting them or anything like that.
They actually will nip at them, but not
really? Okay.
not bite them, but just nip at like their heels, trying to get them to go where they want them to go.
Seems like the real danger would be them trying to move them into certain...
It is, and there's some dogs that just aren't, some border collies that are not good to be around kids.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, again, with our organization, that we really try to vet the dog before we put them with a family.
And probably educate the family, too,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
This might not be a good fit for you.
Yeah, we want any dog to be with a foster for at least a few weeks before we'll send them out with a family.
Yeah.
So we can learn that type of thing, because we've had some failures because of that happening.
Sure. Well, and how do you come across these dogs? Are you getting them all out of shelters, or?
That's a little bit of everything. A lot of them do come from shelters. We have a good relationship with all the shelters in North Texas, and if they have a border collie that they have not been able to find a family for, they will reach out to us before they euthanize them or anything like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of them also come from people that just get a border collie and don't realize what they're like, and they can't handle them, don't have time for them. You really have to be able to spend an hour or two at least a day with a border collie, of throwing, running, doing something active.
They need some attention.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and so a lot of people will give them up that way, and then we rescue them a lot from breeders and different people like that that just have too many of them and can't take care of them.
Yeah, our dog Sam, he came from a breeder turned hoarder in Tennessee, and there were 17 dogs there, and they got rescued by a rescue up there, and 3 of them were sent down here to Texas, and we met Sam and just fell in love instantly.
17 dogs at a house that's not really keeping it together.
Yes,
Those dogs sound malnourished and love-starved,
he lived his first year and a half of his life in a crate, and I don't think he ever came out.
Oh, my God. That's awful. Yeah.
It is, but that's why we have people that are willing to go out there and save those dogs.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, I'm not going to do your organization any justice with pointed questions. So, what would you like the public to know about the bcsave.org.
BCSave.
What would you like them to know about?
Just that we are all dogs deserve a home and deserve a family and someone to love them. We work with all rescue groups, though. We don't work with just border collies.
Okay, good. So you got some partnerships.
We're in partnership with all dog rescue groups, and we just happen to love border collies, the people that work with us, but we love to help other groups as well. Just anything. We just encourage everyone. There's enough dogs out there that are already don't have a home. You don't need to go to a breeder necessarily.
Right.
There's just
and these are great dogs.
Absolutely.
It's not like you're getting a broken product.
Absolutely. They're just wanting love, and
I think the first question that came to mind whenever I heard about this event, the Border Collie Rescue here at Pouring Glory, I was like, well, why that particular breed? But hearing you talk about it makes sense because it's got its own specific needs and its own specific characteristics. So whenever you're trying to place these dogs with certain families, you are, maybe I'm overstepping here a little bit, but you're an expert on that breed as far as placement with families. You know, that you're specializing. Right. If you're not the expert, you're specializing.
I'm not the expert, but we do have experts.
Yes, we do have lots
in the group.
of people.
The couple that started this particular organization are just fabulous as far as being able to match dogs with a family. Mm-hmm. They really can figure out what a dog is like and what they need, and vice versa, a family what they need, and helping them to find it. With our group, if someone does adopt a dog, it's not a lifetime commitment necessarily. We want it to be if it's a fit, but if it's not a good fit, we don't have a problem with them coming back and saying, hey, this dog isn't for my family, but help me find one that is. And that's our goals. We don't want to just have a house for a dog. We want it to be a family that's gonna be a lifelong member.
Excellent. Okay, so somebody that's looking for a dog, a beautiful, intelligent border collie, can go to bcsave.org and they can look at a catalog of the puppies, the babies, the doggos that need a new home. And they can read more information on those dogs? You can.
We constantly have them going in and out. We're constantly bringing in as many dogs as we can handle. Like I said earlier, we are just completely volunteer.
Right.
So
might take a minute.
There's times where we can't take in all the dogs we'd like to, and it can take a little bit of time to turn over the dogs to families, since we are all volunteer. But also follow us on Instagram and Facebook with BC Save.
Is it BC Save on Instagram?
BC Save on Instagram and
we'll attach
Facebook.
that to the show notes so that people can go to the show notes and just click on it.
That's the place where you can really keep up to date. On our website, we try and keep it up to date as much as we can, but on Facebook and Instagram, we're able to keep it a little more up to date of the new dogs that are coming in.
Yeah.
Well, it's something we do for all of the people that grace us with some of their time on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. Anytime y'all have got something going on and you want us to help you promote it, if you'll either tag us or send it to me directly, we'll make sure that we help you promote.
Well, thank you.
Whether it's an event or you got a doggo that needs a new home, we'd love to help out. So.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you letting us share our story with you.
Absolutely. I was glad to, whenever they first started talking about this event, I was like, now what's going on? Tortilla golf? A border collie rescue? Sounded a little crazy, but this has been a really fun event. The chili's been excellent. The dogs have been sweet, and I still haven't seen a tortilla, but
they're out there.
They're out there.
Okay.
They are.
Okay. I've been in here a lot.
I think I'm the only one who's tried it so far, but they're out there.
Did you make it?
No.
No. Do you just get one shot with the tortilla?
Yeah, it's one shot per dollar.
Now, what was the idea? You rent yourself a tortilla for $1 and throw it into the basket?
Yeah, you try to get it in for one shot, and then if you get it in one shot, you get a gift basket. It's like a dog gift basket.
Right. So it sounds like Tess might be the real winner here.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Anybody that wins is going to be given a doggo gift bag.
That's right.
Now, how about to families that maybe they've got a border collie and they're kind of on the fence. They don't know. It's not working out for them, but they know they have to come up with something. Should they feel bad that they're just not able to care for that dog?
Absolutely not. Like I said, border collies are one of the more difficult dogs to own. They take a much more large commitment than a lot of breeds because of their activity and how smart they are. And they're, if you're not giving them the activity that they need, they're not going to be a good dog.
Yeah.
They're going to have problems. There are a lot of behavior specialists out there. We can. It's another thing that we help people with our organization is helping them find trainers and obedience people that can help them be able to understand their dog more and to be able to have a good relationship with their dog. And to do that, we're also very involved in our Austin area. We have a couple of people that are very into the sports and
get them out there, let them
get them out there, teach them how to do frisbee and teach them how to do agility and all of that type of stuff. And doing that type of thing is a very, very big bonding relationship with your dog, getting to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so don't feel bad if you got yourself a border collie and it's just not working out. This is would be a far less extreme option than maybe some other ideas you've had out there, and these bcsave.org would be a resource for you.
We definitely would be a resource of either helping someone find out someone that can help them, or we'll be glad to help rehome the dog for them, to find a home that's more suitable for that dog. And, someone that's giving up the dog, we might be able to help them find a dog that's more suitable for them.
Sure. Like a Chihuahua.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Little difference.
Yeah, and you are looking for volunteers. You
We're
do
always
need more
looking for
people to help.
volunteers.
You need more people to help home these dogs temporarily.
The more fosters we can find, more people that are willing to invest a couple of weeks of taking these dogs in, the more we can keep out of the shelter.
I'm going to need your phone number.
Yeah, BC Save is also always looking for people who can help with the applications and vet people that want to do dogs and do phone interviews and look at people's home pictures.
Because y'all do have a vetting process.
We have a vetting process to make sure that that the family gets the right dog.
Now, Lainey, what is the vetting process? Can you walk us through that real quick?
Yes, so if you put in an application on the website.
On bcsave.org?
Yes, and then someone from the organization will message you and set up a good time to call you, and they'll ask you a series of questions just to make sure that you're fit to own a dog and to see what kind of dog you want. And then if you pass that process, you can go to the home pictures where you send pictures of your home to make sure that your home is suitable for a dog and make sure that it's safe for them. And then if you go through that, the people that run BC Save will message you and reach out to you, and they'll try to find the right dog for you.
That's awesome. Lainey, you nailed it. You're a natural on the mic.
She is.
I sit through a lot of interviews.
Do you really?
Yes, my mom does interviews. So
with BC Save?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So how old were you whenever you started doing this?
I was 9 when we started working with BC Save,
So
and I'm 12 now.
Okay. So three years of
Yes.
experience. Excellent. So you've got the interview thing down. You've got a marketing manager right there in front of you.
She's going to take over the organization eventually.
Communications major, I see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect. Guys, thank y'all so much for your time. Is there anything else that we can tell the public about your organization?
No, you've covered us great. We appreciate it.
Right on.
Thank you for the opportunity.
bcsave.org, and on Instagram it's bcsave.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll make sure that I look you up and add those links to the show notes. And again, thank you guys not only for being on the podcast, but thank you for what you're doing, because it's always terrible hearing about doggos or any other animal that's not getting properly taken care of. And can I ask you why you do this? Is there a particular reason?
I just love dogs.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Right on.
That's it.
Okay, well, Fort Worth Roots, thank y'all for listening. And if bcsave.org has an event coming up or anything else that y'all would like to highlight, we'd love to get you on the show and talk about your event. Maybe you could tell us some more good Border Collie facts. And
awesome.
And glad to sit down with a Fort Worth resident anytime.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all. See ya. So I think this is a really good way to break the ice. I know we've talked about doing this multiple times where Stephanie Daniels is part of the Fort Worth Roots experience. Now, you're not always going to get to be on these episodes because there might be limited space or your schedule might not align with ours, but like Richard Keller, I want to have multiple co-hosts for the Fort Worth Roots podcast, and you are an obvious pick. The few times that we've had you on already on the Roadcaster here, it's been a little unnerving, and I get that, but it truly is just a conversation. So today we are here at the Pouring Glory Chili Cook-Off in support of the Border Collie Rescue, and I think it was bcsave.org. Is that right? Yeah.
Maybe.
bcsave.org. I was giving you an easy one there. That was a soft pitch is what that was. But it really is. We're just talking.
Oh, so my notes.
There's no notes. You don't need them. We're just talking. You can talk to me. Okay. So it's the tree of trust. So right now we've got these flights in front of us. Can you tell us what's going on with these?
Oh, I don't. They're numbered, but we don't know what beers they are yet.
Okay. Are these all different? Because what we have here are 2 cradles, and each one holds 4 beers. I think they're like, 3-ounce pours? Something like that.
Probably a 5-ounce.
And these are supposed to go with the chili. So they're supposed to pair with the chili. And we don't know yet. We're going to get the full story from Molly here in a minute. They are busy as shit. And it's been kind of difficult to get anybody over here to talk to them. But we're going to get this dialed in. I'm trying hard to be the podcaster, but not to be the pushy podcaster, right? So let's tell the listeners a little bit about Stephanie Daniels. She is a soon-to-be professional photographer. I'd say you're still in the early phases, maybe still semi-professional, right? You are doing paid-for work and making money off of your art, and so you're definitely in the professional realm. But I know that you have stated that you want to do a little bit more work before you put yourself out there as a professional photographer.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the name of your company?
Stephanie Daniels Photography. With an I.
Right. It's spelt a little different, right? It's okay. You can take
Photography ending in an I, just like Stephanie ends in an I.
So Stephanie with an I and photography with an I. Recently, I was on a fellow podcaster show. I was on the Corks and Cowtown show, and I mentioned you, and I said it was Stephanie with an I, and I caught a whole rash of shit because Paul Rogers said, "Isn't Stephanie always spelt with an I?" So can you clear that up for us?
It is always spelled with an I, but mine doesn't have an E after the I.
Okay. All right. So that's what I should have said. There's no E there. Right. So what is it about photography that drew you into that? What makes you want to do photography? How did you get started with it?
Had a camera in my hand since I was a little kid, and just capturing moments that you don't want to let go or you want to hold onto a piece of, and the beautiful delicacy of like a butterfly's wings or the way a flower blooms, just capturing things for people to enjoy nature or enjoy the best of moments with family and friends.
And what kind of camera did you start off with?
Ooh, I have no idea. 35 millimeter something back in the day when we had to take pictures and wait to see if they turned out or not. And
walk uphill both ways in 6 feet of snow to the photography lab.
Yeah, get
the Eckards.
Yeah, back in the day.
I feel like there was an older pharmacy than Eckards.
Probably.
Was it Walgreens? Is that where we? I mean,
no,
Walgreens is still
after.
around.
Eckards is. There's not very many Eckards anymore.
Yeah, but I remember that's where you went. You went to the pharmacy. That they had the photo lab, and you'd go in there and they'd do the quote unquote 1 hour photo, but it was never 1 hour.
I used the crap out of Walmart's photo lab and double prints every time.
Walmart sucks. Their photos always sucked. That was like the last choice. It's like if you couldn't get it done anywhere else, you went to Walmart.
Yeah, and price has gone up quite a bit.
But nowadays, that's like one of the only places you can get it done is Walmart.
Walgreens, CVS.
All right.
All right, here comes Molly.
All right, Molly, we've got a microphone that we just turned this microphone on in front of you. If you want to pick that up or sit down, you can grab a chair. Here's a chair right there. Give Molly that chair. Well, no, put that down. If she's going to sit down, let's give her the headset. Go ahead and slap that headset on.
I was trying to make it easy on you, so I set a microphone up, but this is better.
This works better.
Yeah. How's your volume? Can you hear yourself okay?
Yes.
Is it a little too loud?
I like it.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Okay. Put that back where it was. Okay, so explain to us what we got going on here. And Stephanie's taking some pictures that we'll add to this episode later. But we've got chili in front of us. How is the testing going to work? Whose chili is this?
Honestly, I am not sure who all is involved, but I don't think they're here. So
Are
I think
these-
Alyssa was supposed to, but she's not here. So I think she just dropped hers off. So honestly, I'm not sure.
Are these just individuals from our community? Are they businesses?
Yeah, individuals, regulars that we have. Yeah,
Okay, so we have 8, right? This is
correct. So in
I've
front
got
of
this
you
mixed
is
up.
4.
This is 1 through 4 here.
Correct. So you got 1 through 4. So then we'll bring the second round out, and you're going to take these little cards off, and then you'll write number, 1, 2, 3, whatever you think is best in that order. And then we'll collect all the cards at the end of the night, and then we'll tally them up and see who won.
Okay.
See who these mystery people are that are winning the chili contest.
And then what are the beers that are associated with this?
So we have got the, oh my gosh, what beers are these? Can you hand me a menu? I know the last one is the Cowtown Sapphire.
This one here?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, I've been putting the
Okay,
numbers
so we're
on
not
there.
supposed to know.
We can
Okay.
get it after
Kinda.
the fact.
So, yeah. So this is that Cowtown Kolsch, though. And then this is the Punkel. And that's a red.
Now, are these intended to be paired with the chilies?
Not really, no.
No? Okay. But we are also grading the beers as well as the chilies.
You may, if you would like, but no.
It's really about the chili.
Yes.
Okay. This is just some added flair.
Correct.
Excellent. Molly, what do you do here at Pouring Glory?
All the social media, sometimes play mom. I'm the one that cleans the things that no one else wants to. Yeah, just kind of help out whenever anyone needs it. And just kind of the spark plug of the company, I guess
Yeah.
you could say. Yeah.
Well, I see all the graphics that you put out for the advertisements, and you always do an incredible job, so
Thank you.
good work.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to dig into these, and if you would ever like to sit down and do a recording with us and tell us about Molly and Pouring Glory, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah, I could totally do that. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, we might have some questions about the chili later, so
Okay.
we might need you back on.
I can do that.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, Molly. All right. So we got to figure out a way.
I'm going to organize a corgi meetup here.
All right.
We're in. Yeah. Molly was telling us that she's got a corgi meetup.
Napkins, is there anything else that
Water? Yeah. Very cool. How'd I handle that? Did we do good?
Very good.
I tried to work on the fly here, but we've just got a shit ton of chili and a bunch of beer, and the entire room's looking at us. Look out there. You see all the eyeballs that are kind of like, what's going on? Now, as I'm like dragging my
It's really,
finger
they just want the chili.
across the room, they're like, what is he pointing at? Okay. So how are we going to do this? We've got spoons on the way, so we got to let our chili kind of cool down for a second. But we, how do we want to do this? Attack it left to right. Thank you, Molly.
1 to 8.
Molly with the waters, Molly with the spoons.
Thank you, Molly.
Okay, we're going to do this 1 to 8. And you're going to try it, I'm going to try it, and then we're going to move on?
Yep. And then we're going to come back and tell them what our votes were.
Okay. Oh, no. We're keeping the headset on. Are you kidding me?
We're doing it live, the whole thing?
Yeah, the
Great.
whole chili thing. This is the Fort Worth Roots introduction to Stephanie Daniels and Stephanie, photography by Stephanie?
Stephanie Daniels Photography.
Stephanie Daniels Photography, excuse me. You know I know these things. Okay, so we're chomping into the first one. It looks very elegant. There's a little leaf of, is that cilantro on top? Okay, I got it. Okay. No accidents. No chili on the roadcaster. Is that cilantro on top of this, looks like? Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think? What are you getting?
They got a little cheese sprinkled on top of this first one, too.
Okay. Is that a Parmesan there? Mm-hmm. Granulated Parmesan. What do you think?
Good. Tastes a little like a brisket chili or something.
It's got some brisket, so maybe it's a little sweet. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's definitely brisket.
Good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a noise advisory on this about the smacking. I'm doing it too. I'm not
Let's
getting on
try
here.
beer number 4.
This is beer number 4. It's a lighter color beer.
I think she said one was Rollertown Kolsch.
I think I like that one. I also think my taste buds are a little on fire right now from that first bite of chili.
That was good.
That has some spice to it.
It does.
A spicy brisket.
All right, let's go for number 2.
All right. You go first. You're the brave one. Also see a fair amount of tomato in the second choice here.
A little more Texas chili there.
This one has beans in it.
Does it?
I think so.
Add some cheese and onion.
Well, I'm not going to add until after we're through the barrage of chilies. So here's an important question. It's a question that's gone on since the beginning of time. Do you think there should be beans in chili?
I think either way is acceptable.
Yeah. Them's fighting words in some places, you know that.
I, however, do not think chili should ever be sweet like Skyline chili. Not a fan.
I'm not familiar with Skyline chili, but I'll agree with you. I don't think chili should be sweet.
It's sweet chili served on noodles,
Noodles? What kind of noodles?
like spaghetti noodles.
That sounds like somebody got
It's
lazy
a disgrace
and
to chili.
dumb. All right, I'm going for chili number 3. Have you found one you're amazed with yet?
Both are pretty good.
The brisket one was really good. It's just too spicy for me because I don't like spicy. Now that reminds me of chili from when I was a kid. Number 3.
Definitely more tomato based.
A lot of tomato, yeah, but
Definitely.
a lot of beef too, like big old chunks of beef.
I really like the first 2 better so far.
I really think 1 was good. It's just really spicy. But 3 was good. 3 was
4 looks like it's going to be a lot like 3.
don't judge a chili by its cover.
Oh, that is some sweet chili.
Is it sweet? Well, we already know that's off your list, huh? Yeah, it's sweet. That's really sweet.
Actually better than number 3, in my opinion. But a
It's
little
got
too
some
sweet.
serious flavor, yeah. I don't know. I could see me being good with number 4.
It's a decent balance of sweetness,
Yeah,
but
it's not
still
too much.
a little bit.
I like it. All right, we got to slow down a minute because we're going too fast. 1 was really good, a little too spicy. What did we think about 2? I don't remember having too many notes about 2. These are all good. These are all really good, but
I feel like 2 is a good hearty Texas chili.
yeah.
So kind of a brisket chili or a good hearty Texas chili. So 1 and 2 are definitely my favorites.
2's got beans in it though. For our listeners that don't believe in beans and chili.
Oh, it does. I see the beans
You
now.
know,
It's got big old beans.
I gotta say, I honest to God think that if you put too much in chili, it starts becoming stew. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you put beans in chili, at what point does it stop becoming chili and start becoming stew?
So maybe it's the quantity of beans. Just a little bit. A little bit extra flavor, but not too much.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know about the bean thing. I think I'm leaning hard towards chili probably shouldn't have beans in it, but I don't know.
Well, let's go for number 5. Number 5.
This is a green chili.
Yeah.
With a lot of cheese in it. It had
And some chicken.
clumps of cheese. Oh, okay. I was about to say strands of cheese too, but that's chicken.
Which is kind of unfair because it's like completely different than everything else on the menu.
It's gonna be great. That's got a hot hatch chili thing going on, doesn't it? Now, honestly, I can't even call that chili.
No, I feel it's like a little bit like a
It's way closer to a
chicken
soup.
green chili soup.
Yeah, it's
So
really damn good.
It is.
But you brought a hatch chili to a chili fight, right?
Yes. I don't know if that's a fair game.
It's really, really damn good. I just don't know that I can call that a chili.
Agreed. I don't think it can win. I think it would be cheating.
It's so damn good, though. It is really good.
Yeah, we'll have to find out who made it.
I could eat that until I couldn't eat it anymore.
So you got massive heartburn.
Well, I've already got massive heartburn. Like, I will not sleep until next Monday. Real bad.
All right, let's try beer number 2.
Oh, we should. Yeah,
Number
we're
15.
neglecting the beers.
We're gonna have to come back and tell you what the beers are later,
all
but palate cleansers,
The first 2 have been really light.
light and easy.
I like them. All right, you going on to chili number 6?
Yes.
All right. What do you got?
Some beans in this one too.
Damn, that's got a smoky flavor to it.
Something, yeah.
Real smoky.
And I have to say, the beans are a little more definitive in this one. I like the beans in number 2 better than number 6.
Yeah, because the beans are not nearly as soft in 6. 2, the beans were there, but they were really soft, like
blended
melt in your
better.
mouth.
Yeah. So not such a fan of 6.
I don't know. I like 6.
All right, let's try beer number 26.
I like, can I just say, that smoky flavor that it's got?
You like that?
I really like that. I think we should put all these chilies together.
Or make one big chili?
Have a badass North Texas chili baby. Yeah. My insides are never going to be the same,
Ooh.
by the way.
You should try beer number 26.
Beer number 26. You think I'm going to like it, or are you just saying that because I'm going to hate it?
It's got a little, probably an Irish red is what I'm going to guess, but a little hint of sweetness, which might balance a real Texas hearty chili.
Our listeners don't know this, but you are not only a beer connoisseur, but a wine connoisseur as well. And for the last, what, year and a half, 2 years, you've worked
Almost
with Cowtown Brewery?
Yep.
So you know your beers,
And I got my Cicerone level 1.
which, unless you're in the food industry or the service industry, you might not know what that is. What is Cicerone level 1?
It's kind of like sommelier of wines, but it's Cicerone beer serving and training. And there's different levels. And as you grow in your beer knowledge and are good at taking some beer testing, you can move up to Cicerone 2, 3, and 4. And there's a very limited quantity in the U.S. that are in the higher levels of Cicerone. But I just have the basic beer knowledge, server training level.
Has that paid off for you professionally?
I've learned.
I mean, that's
It made me more knowledgeable.
That's
taking
your
the
side
classes.
job now, right?
Yep.
You've got a different career path ahead of you now in the medical field. So you were working on that and then switched to a different career path.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can still talk beer on a podcast. See?
yeah, that works out. Okay, did you already try Chili 7?
Nope, I was waiting on you.
I'm sweating, by the way. I just realized
Had
I'm
a
sweating.
sweet kick to that beer. Okay, next.
Okay. I'm going. A lot of tomato.
Yeah, very much number 3.
Okay, this is the first one I'm going to say. And it might be because I've had so many amazing chilies up to this point. You want to hop on? Hey.
Jasmine,
What
want
do
to say
you-
hello?
What do you got?
Hello.
Hey. How's your day going? Since
Busy.
last time we sat down and recorded.
I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But
Is this
my
the turnout
family's
you
here.
thought? Is this your family?
Hi, Jasmine's
is.
family.
Shout out to Jasmine's family. Hi. There's Mom. Oh, that's
Aw,
awesome.
hi, Jasmine's
Awesome.
mom.
And my best friend's family.
So, Jasmine, can you find out what these 4 beers are for us? Molly did not know.
Number 9 is the Cowtown Rhinestone. Number 4, so I have no idea.
That's not Cowtown Redstone, baby.
She knows her
Number
Cowtown.
9, this one.
Oh, okay, so this is in reverse.
Yeah.
See, is that number 9 or number 4?
That's number 4.
So 4 is this one?
Yeah. That,
Okay, so number 9 is Cowtown Rhinestone. I agree with that.
I don't remember.
Rollertown Kolsch is number 26.
No. Rollertown's at the very end. That one's like 43 or something like that.
Girl, we need a beer map.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. Okay. So, I was trying to say that I think all the chilies that I've had up to number 7, I think have ruined number 7 for me because it's just not that exceptional.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, whoever made 7.
Okay, Jasmine's back.
Jasmine, there's the microphone.
Oh.
All right, what are we working with?
Okay, number 4 is Fort Brewery and Pizza Baby Got Bach.
Okay,
Is
we're
that
gonna
this one?
we're gonna try that
Okay,
now.
that's
It's the only one we haven't
All right,
tried.
We'll try that now. And I would offer Jasmine some, but she's not there yet.
Baby got back. Ooh,
All right, that's I
Okay.
can drink that, but it's
And then 15.
Not my style.
So the one next to it is Lakewood Punkle.
okay.
that one was good. It's a little bit sweet. It goes good with some spicy chili.
The next one is Neutral Ground La Bruja.
I like the way you rolled that.
What kind of beer? A Mexican lager.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I already know that's my favorite.
Neutral Ground. This is the first Neutral Ground beer I've gotten to try too. I haven't got to check them out yet.
That's my favorite. I already knew that was my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Cowboy and Rhinestone.
So you like it better than my Cowtown beer, huh?
I am not a huge fan of Cowtown. We've talked about this.
Y'all can hear me in this thing?
Yeah, if I had a headset, if you had the headset on, you'd be able to hear
I
us
have
really
to
well
say
too.
that Neutral Ground beer is pretty good. That Punkle is
Yeah.
pretty surprising as well.
People like it.
So what is this the one you're talking about? Which what was this one?
That's the
Neutral
Mexican
Ground,
lager from
La
Neutral
Bruja.
Ground.
La Ruja? Where are they out of?
Over next to Post on Ray
They're in-
Street.
Somewhere in Fort Worth.
It's on
No
Ray Street
shit.
next
Okay.
to the Post.
Well, shout out to them folk. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
That's a good light beer. Yeah.
We're not going to have
Thank you. Whatever. You
Is
better
there
keep it
4
coming.
more beers, or this is it with the chili?
Don't give me something I like and then take it away. That's not nice.
Ryan don't know how good it is.
Alright.
We'll have to tell him.
Yeah, that's true. Ryan don't know because Ryan don't drink.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we got one chili left. One
right.
chili to rule them all.
It's either going to amaze us or disappoint us. Which is it going to be? You vote.
I think that this one looks really spicy. It has no beans in it. And it looks... No, you're smelling it. You're cheating. Just based off of looks, I don't think it's going to be a winner.
I think it's going to beat number 3 and number
7.
7.
No.
Another sweet chili.
Not only that, the consistency is really watery. And that might not be the fault of the person that made that chili. It might be the way it was served.
So,
But the flavor is also not there for me. So consistency, flavor, just no. But that's... I hate talking crap about somebody's chili because you know they worked hard for it, but that just the way that is in that cup. Was yours really watery and weak? And
no, mine is too.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
so now we got to vote.
Well,
need a
we got
pin.
3, right?
We got to get down to 3.
Here's a pin. All right. So now this green chili here
Doesn't count.
would win the soup category for sure.
Yep.
I like it a lot. Great flavor. Not going on my top 3. So, yeah, let's do some. What did I have anything good
I'm
to say about
retasting
this
them all
one? Yeah,
while we
yeah.
don't talk.
Did you just tell me to shut up?
No, I'm just saying while I'm not talking, I'm retasting them all.
All right. I got a lot of respect for the smoky flavor for 6.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
That's really good.
If the beans had been more tender, that one could move up. But
And I agree. We could have cooked them beans down a little more.
so if we're voting for chili as what the normal consistency of chili is going to be, I think number 2 is going to be my favorite. It is a little something is spicy because my mouth is on fire for a
Yeah, I'm
moment. but
sweating.
I think number 2 is going to be my favorite considering what chili should be. I think the brisket chili is going to be my number 2. Kind of a different but a fun composition of it. And number 3, I think is going to be number 6 with a little bit of smoky flavor. If the beans were a little more tender, it'd be even higher on my level.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put a star on number 5 because I think we've got a green chili chicken soup that is
Out of this world.
amazing,
Yeah.
yes. But I don't think it can win this contest.
Damn. And I hate to agree with you. I want to be devil's advocate. Hold on.
I mean, when I looked at that, I thought it was going to be my favorite, and it is. But I just don't think it can take the winning ticket.
First, second, third. Bency Jones! Bency Jones just walked in. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming by. Do you want to strap a headset on? Right there's your headset. Benzie Jones just walked in, folks. He was at the Amplify It 7-day showcase. An incredible musician. And I've been meaning to get this gentleman on the show for months.
Hey,
Benzie,
Stephanie, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, Stephanie.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks
Been
for
wanting to
reaching
get you
out.
on the show for a while, and I've done a bad job of connecting with you. You're already starting to see some of our fellow musicians out there, huh?
I do, yes. Yes, I'm familiar with this couple right here.
Yeah, that's the Traumatics right there.
We
Doc
go-
Rock.
Yeah, so we go way back.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for coming out. So we're gonna have to get you a flight at Chile. I was just about to call out my winning selection, and I'm gonna go with Chile in this order. One being the Chile 1. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Yeah, Chile 1 is gonna be my first place. This is gonna be my second place. And then the smoky one over here, number 6. That's my third place. So, and now I'm on fire, Benzie.
Yeah. I can see the red.
A little bit of hotness, a little bit of heat.
Well, good thing you have some beer to help out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I tell you what I'd really like to do, give you a chance to settle in here, and then would you like to come in and do a recording with us here today?
Yeah.
Get you a beer, hang out for a minute, and tell me when you're ready to sit down for a recording.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. I'm pretty open.
Yeah?
You want to try some chili first?
My schedule's, I'm a little scared about that.
I tell you what, there's some good ones here. And this one right here, we were just talking about this. This wins the soup category. It's not really a chili.
It's more of a soup.
But man, it's a
chicken crunch,
damn good
chicken
Hatch
green
chili chicken soup.
Okay.
So we'll get all this mess cleared out, and then we'll do a interview with Benzie Jones.
Yeah.
No? This was a good introduction to Stephanie Daniels and Stephanie Daniels Photography, as she currently fights for her life trying to get a good picture with the chili cards. You're doing a great job.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's the new Samsung, and it has a 10 times optical zoom inside the phone camera. And it takes badass photos.
Stupid good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Awesome. All right. Let's get this cleared out. Folks, if you missed this iteration of Chile trying things, Border Collie Rescue, don't worry, we'll do more events like this. Just make sure you make it out to the next one. Fort Worth Roots, thanks for listening. Stephanie Daniels, thank you for being here. Benzie Jones, thanks for showing up.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next Monday. Bye. Okay.
It's a good Sunday.
Have y'all done podcasting before?
No. I have not.
Okay, podcasting is just people talking and having a conversation.
Amazing.
And then I edit it and make us all sound super smart. So. Fort Worth Roots Podcast, you have a heard of the organization?
Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
really?
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I feel like I saw it. I don't even know where I saw it. It was somewhere on Instagram.
Okay.
On somebody's Instagram.
That might be partly my fault. We did win the Critics' Choice for the Fort Worth Weekly's Best Of this year, so maybe that's another spot. Yeah, just a humble brag. Yeah. Okay, so I've got Allie and Juliana.
Yes.
TCU students, graphic design. I'm trying to read the notes here. What is this?
Psychology. And
Psychology.
studio art minor.
Okay. And what are y'all doing out there?
I've been making embroidery pieces for the past few years, so
Okay.
I just get clothes and
A little closer to your mouth there. Thank you.
embroider and design things.
Okay.
Shows usually I do custom stuff, but
Now, do you have a name for your
yes,
operation?
It's I.made this. Wait, I.made this for you.
Perfect. And is that also the website? Sounds like a website.
Yeah, that's my Instagram handle.
Perfect. Oh, okay, Instagram. Right.
Yeah.
We don't need websites anymore. And Allie, where do you fall into this?
So we actually just started doing shows together this year. I used to just try to sell things on Instagram and it wasn't working very well. So she kind of helped me figure out how to actually market myself in this way because I was really bad at it. which is kind of ironic because I am a graphic design major. But when it comes to like marketing my own stuff, I wasn't very good at it. So she kind of helped me like get into the mix of things. But I make clay earrings.
Okay. Like, so you have to make these and then fire them, and is that how clay works?
The ones that I do, I don't have to fire them in a kiln. I just put them in the oven.
Oh, okay. Like a regular kitchen oven.
Yes, just a regular kitchen oven.
Hey, man, if it works. Right on. So I haven't been out there to see your stuff, but since this is a podcast, on the YouTube version of it, if you'll send me the images, I can showcase some of your art.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, and y'all are obviously, you're here today, so you must be Fort Worth local, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're roommates, actually.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how long have y'all been roommates and working together?
This past year we've been living together, but we've kind of like half been living together throughout the years. Just good friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right on. Right on. So what got you into this? Why did you decide to start this whole thing up?
So I actually love going to flea markets,
Okay.
and so that's what like me and my family do.
I was about to say, it must have been the parents took you to these things. And
Yeah, but one time we saw a pair of pants, and my dad's like, Juliana, you can make this. And I'm like, huh, I guess I could. And
Yeah.
so I just started making stuff. At first I was just doing it for like meditation. It's kind of like rhythmic with like the needle and thread. But then people started asking me to make certain things, and then I got invited to a few shows, and I was like, okay, I'll just keep making stuff. I don't know, I'm just out here. So, but I made it for you. That's the name.
there you go. Done and done.
Yep.
And so this has become kind of a supporting a friend thing, and now you're part of the whole operation.
Well, for me, it was kind of like we teamed up in this kind of after we had both
Okay,
already
so you already
started.
had your own thing. Okay.
Yes, but for me, it was more just like it was a hobby. I am one of the COVID people who picked up a new hobby during COVID and then ran
Podcast.
with it.
Yeah, podcast.
So I pretty much was just looking for something to do, and at first I wasn't even selling them, but I was an essential worker at the time. I worked at a grocery store, and so these earrings that I was making, I was wearing a different pair of homemade earrings to work every single day, and it got to a point where everybody was like waiting for me to clock into work so they could see what earrings I was wearing.
What's you gonna
that
have
day.
on today?
Exactly. And so people
So
started
cool.
asking me about them, and I was like, yeah, I make them myself. And I'm like, oh my God, like no way, I want some. Will you make me some? And so that's how I kind of like started my little Instagram account, because originally they were just for me. I didn't realize that like other people would actually want these things.
Yeah. So let's go into our imagination, and let's. I'm going to be showcasing some of the stuff that you have out there right now at your 10x10 pavilion here at Pouring Glory for our chili cook-off. Now you've sent me this picture, and let's talk about it. One of the items that you have out there right now. What are we looking at?
Okay, well.
We trim out dead space. It's okay. Sometimes.
So imagining a picture here.
And you can take pictures of these later.
Yeah. Well, something that I made just the other day, actually, for this show specifically, was oranges. And
Okay.
so I have some that are like little dangly oranges that are like 3D, like actual like spherical oranges with
Okay.
leaves and stuff. And another one is like an orange slice. And she actually really liked these. She was like holding them up to her ears the other day. So I kind of do stuff like that a lot, like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that is actually stuff that I really enjoy doing. I like making like objects out of things instead of just something that's like
So not
a
just
square.
flat pieces.
Yeah.
You're making like three-dimensional.
Right, I'm like sculpting them. Yeah.
Nice. Juliana, you have earrings on right now that look like they might have been made by your friend here.
Oh no, these ones are actually made by me.
Oh,
They're
you made
mini
those,
embroidery
okay.
hoops
Okay.
with little embroidered mushrooms.
Now,
So
how does that work? What's going on there?
I actually made them on a larger hoop because these hoops are too tiny to like
Okay.
actually use. But I make them really tiny and then cut them out, stick them in the mini embroidery
So
hoop.
you embroidered this.
Yes.
Which means needles, right?
Yes. A lot
Can
of
I-
needlework.
can I see that?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to take a picture of that for the video. It looks maybe like a mushroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little mushroom.
Right on.
But
Any
yeah,
kind of message you're trying to send there?
With the mushrooms, take it as you want. So
Yeah, we heavily endorse the psychedelic Panther Festival. Have y'all heard about this?
No, we haven't.
It happened this year, April at Mass, Man at Southside, which, rest in peace, is no longer with us. Are y'all aware of Man at Southside? Y'all are from Fort Worth, right?
I'm actually not.
Okay, that's all right. We're not mad at you. You're here doing things in Fort Worth.
Yes.
You're creators in Fort Worth. It's good. So where are you from?
I'm from Southern California.
Okay.
But
you live here now?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going to school
y'all
out
are
here.
roommates?
Yes.
All right.
I'm out at TCU right now.
Okay.
So
Oh, you're a Fort Worthian now.
yeah,
Sorry, California, you lost a good one. All right. So, and you're a native? You're a Fort Worth native?
Yes, I'm actually from the Burleson area,
That's
so about
okay.
30 minutes away.
I know somebody else that spent a good amount of time in Burleson. That's Stephanie Daniels over there. She has graced us with a little bit of time on the microphone today. Yeah, she's not paying attention. Psst. Psst. She's from Burleson. Woo, okay, big moment. So did you go to school in Burleson?
I went to school in Joshua.
Oh, a little south of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Senior
smaller
class of
also.
5?
Of 5? No, more like 500.
Okay.
So not that small.
Okay. I haven't spent any time in Joshua, but I've been through it, and it seems like a very small community.
Yeah, you can drive through the whole thing in about 10 minutes or less.
If you count all the farms, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, have y'all done any of the chili tastings today? Did y'all do the flight?
I actually haven't.
Okay.
I've just been having beer.
It's all right. Pouring Glory is known for some pretty excellent beer.
It's been pretty good so far.
We went ahead and we did like a whole segment where we laid out all the chili and tried it. So I thought maybe y'all could get in on that. But as long as you tried the beer, we're in good company.
Yes.
All right. So what's next for your outfit, your little company here? What are y'all planning on doing? Any big moves, shows coming up?
I actually don't have anything coming up. I'm just pretty much playing with some new concepts of canvas embroidery work or ceramic embroidery, mixing mediums, but mainly I've just been doing clothing.
Is there a specific item that sells really well?
Oh, I mean, I feel like the thing is I make it more for art than for clothing. So I don't really remake a lot of things.
Okay.
I just kind of make new stuff. Right now I have some Halloween stuff because Halloween's year round, so why not?
Is it the same for yours?
Well, okay,
one of a kind all the time?
I have found, yes, one of the kind all the time, but also I think I've found that every time we make something that has to do with mushrooms, people really like it.
Yes.
That is not a
Anything with
surprise.
mushrooms on it.
I think a crowd favorite is the shroom ghosty that I have. I made a little ghost with a little mushroom hat.
You have to send me that picture now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll be on there.
Right on. Okay. Well, where can people find your website?
On Instagram.
Just Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Website is in the process, but
I don't feel
it's so much work. It's just
You can shop off of Instagram. You can do everything you need on Instagram. I don't think anybody needs a website anymore.
Yeah, and I kind of like talking with people who I'll have people DM me, and it's kind of nicer to
just
either
more
text
personal.
with them and or call them if they want something specific to make sure, because that's what I do a lot is mainly custom pieces.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it in the show notes, but one more time, and I think you told me earlier, but what is it on Instagram?
I.made.this for you.
Okay, perfect. And we will put that in the show notes. And you guys have to promise me next time y'all have some big event coming up or a new project, you got to holler at Fort Worth Roots, let us know, and we'll get you in the studio, okay?
Of course.
I actually have a separate Instagram.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
It's called Luxury Lobes.
Okay, Allie, and it's Luxury Lobes. Okay.
Yes, like earlobes.
Okay. All right. I'll look it up, and I'll make sure that's in the show notes, too. Do you have a website?
No, just
Okay.
Instagram.
We're all Instagram. That's perfect.
Easy peasy.
Anything else for the Fort Worth Roots listeners before we get out of here?
Buy our stuff.
Buy our
Please buy our
stuff.
stuff.
Yes.
Two young broke college girls
Two of the
trying to
nicest
sell
people.
some art.
Two of the nicest people at the chili cook-off. So thank y'all for doing this.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay, have you ever done a podcast before?
No,
it's
first
just
time.
a conversation. It's just two weird people we just met. It's no big deal.
Beautiful.
All right, Adeline.
All right,
okay,
yes, sir.
Art on Instagram. So that's how we find you. Adeline Art on Instagram.
Yes, Adeline.art on Instagram.
Dot art. Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. We got all that out of the way. So what do you do out there, Adeline?
Right, so I am a senior studio art major at TCU,
Okay.
painting focus.
How long have you been out there at TCU?
About the past 3 years.
And are you from Texas?
Yes, born and raised in Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? 60 to 80% of TCU is from out of town? Right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a joke, and then I actually got there, and everyone's from California. And I was like, oh, okay.
You really did think it was a joke. You're like, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
How would it be possible?
Right, because I was at TCC before then, and like everyone's from around town. So,
all
yeah.
right. Now, what all do you make at your at your little business here?
Yeah, so I have done a lot of photography the past 10 years.
Okay. What do you shoot with?
I shoot with a Canon. Sorry, my mind is blanking.
That's okay.
60.
Is that a mirrorless?
It's a DSLR camera.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And what do you specialize in? Landscapes, weddings?
For photography, I definitely go more into up close, like very micro photography.
Okay.
I like capturing bees and like very small objects. But I'm actually a painting focus, and so I spend a lot of time doing oil painting.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Kind of passionate about bees?
Yeah, like I think I just like how small but like intimidating they are.
Yeah.
Like I find that pretty interesting, like little kind of like juxtaposition. If you want to do like art language, like
that macro type photography. I mean, there's a lot of beauty in a bee. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of detail.
Yeah, like a lot of things that the eye doesn't necessarily see like at first. Like you just kind of see the scary thing that can like sting you, but they're actually like really cute and like fuzzy. So, yeah.
And yeah, there's a fair amount of danger with that. So how do you mitigate that risk whenever you're taking pictures of them?
So like the paintings I'm doing now are more of kind of like women's issues, more towards like domestic violence. And so it's interesting, like I notice when painting or when I'm photographing something, I try to just zone out in the moment and like kind of appreciate the art of it. And then like after it's done and I look at it, it's like has the meaning that I wanted in the first place. And so it helps to not get like overly emotional, like with women's issues or like a bee like being terrified of this little thing like that might really hurt you.
Yeah.
It's easy to like kind of zone out for me and just like try to get what I have in my head like pictured.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what got you into photography?
Let's see, I had a little camcorder. I was homeschooled for 3 years and I'm an only child, so
very lonely.
Yes, very lonely. And I just wanted something that could like pass the time and also like create art. And photography is an easy way to do that. I had a cheap like camcorder that could take pictures at the time.
Yeah.
So that led to it. And then I had a really great photography teacher. Like it was like a homeschool co-op, and she was a teacher there. I'd go visit her like once a week. And she kind of like really drove that passion into me to like to be creative and to really see art like as a career, which my family really never, like they were very supportive of me being creative, but
right.
like it never felt like an option to like make money to do that. So she took me at like 8th grade like to weddings, and I would like shoot little like close-up wedding pictures and like be in the middle of the ceremony taking pictures of the bride, which is like stress that I would not want to give to an 8th grader, but it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And like now that I'm in art school, which is insane, I didn't really ever picture that path for me, but I don't think I would, like there's really nothing else I'd rather do than do this as a job.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Now, are you building a portfolio to do event photography like weddings?
Yeah, wedding photography, I liked it a lot, but there's a lot of pressure to it.
Sure.
And sometimes it can feel really impersonal. It feels like I've done it for a while. It feels kind of more, I'm doing it just for like the money or like the experience of it. But I really do appreciate like fine art photography, more of like the stage, or just not really so much portraiture, which is interesting because my paintings are a lot of like self-portraits.
Yeah.
So it's more like the kind of the fine art aspect of it rather than like the business model that can be a lot of like senior portraits and like graduation kind of style photos.
Cool. Well, that's good that you've gotten far enough into this that you know what feels natural and what you don't want to do. That's very important.
Right, yeah.
So, do you have any lofty goals in the future, like setting up a studio or traveling abroad?
I would love to. I think like my next goal, like they tell you in undergrad as like a studio art major to take a couple years off and build a portfolio, work at some galleries. But I really would like to do a master's program for fine art, especially in painting. I still love my photography, but I feel like I've never really had the experience to work with really professional like painters, and so I'm trying to like kind of take advantage of that while I'm in school.
Yeah.
And
learn as much as you can, sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like with painting I can express myself more, and like I don't have to have everything in front of a camera that I want to express. It's a lot easier to like manipulate to get the themes and ideas I want to come across to like an audience than like in photography.
Yeah. What so whenever you're painting, what format do you use? I know there's a lot of different ways that you can paint.
Yeah, definitely oil. I like oil on panel. Like that's probably the best thing I like to do.
And do you bring any of that to your shows?
I brought a little bit of acrylics. The oil paintings I do have are really large, and so I didn't want to shove all of that into a booth, and it's kind of hard to transport like a 5x4 painting. So
this was more of a networking experience for you today.
Yeah, it's networking and also, you know, bringing that foundation of like my photography like into it, and a little bit of printmaking that I was able to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I like being here.
Well, now let's get into the hard questions.
Okay.
Did you try the chili?
No. I had a pretzel though, and I do want to try the chili. My friend said he was going to bring me some.
I don't know that we were
I'm waiting.
grading pretzels today.
I know.
Well, the chili was excellent, and I hope you get a chance to try it.
Oh, I will for sure.
Well, thank you for doing this with us.
Yeah.
And we can find you on Instagram at Adeline Art. Adeline.art,
Yes,
excuse me.
sir.
And it's ADELYNN.art.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in the show notes so people can find you.
Okay.
And, don't forget about us. Next time you're getting ready for a big event or a project and you want to come out and do a full episode with us, these can go 30 minutes, 3 hours. We've had some that have gone 4 hours.
Okay.
So,
Amazing.
Anyway, do you want to bring a friend, bring some beer, and we'll hang out and talk about art?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'll go try some
Anything else
chili.
you'd like to tell our audience before we take off?
Just believe in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. Everything's possible. All the good cheesy quotes that are actually really good.
All right, Adeline. Thank you so much for doing this with us. All right. Rock, paper, goods. I got Sam and Annie here. Y'all were vendors here at the chili cook-off for Pouring Glory. How did it go?
It was cool. It was a very laid back event.
Now, did y'all please tell me, because I've sat down with 2 other vendors so far that didn't try the chili. Did y'all try the chili?
So
damn it.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm vegetarian, and I just assumed that like not all 8 chilies would be.
Yeah,
what are the odds?
There was some meat. Yeah.
What are the odds?
I had poutine at the beginning of this.
Yeah, I had a pretzel. It was real good.
Yeah.
I was good.
Yeah. The poutine is pretty incredible.
Did you have the chili?
I did. So we did like a whole segment, which will be added to this
Tell
recording.
me.
Okay. Well, you'll have to listen.
Your real feeling.
It was good. It was
Spill,
really good.
spill.
Okay.
1, 2, and 6, I think. Oh yeah, absolutely. Who's this? Wait, where are you going? That mic's on now. I just turned it on. This mic right here. Hi, who are you? No, right here. Say hi.
Good person.
You're Kim?
I'm Kim.
A little closer, Kim.
I'm Kim Neal.
And what do you do, Kim?
I work for Community.
What? Oh, the beer.
Yeah, Community Beer Company.
I think I really like one of the IPAs y'all have.
Mosaic.
Yeah, Community USA.
That is a good one.
Where are y'all located at?
Dallas. We're in Dallas. Yeah.
Wow, you
Live
came
here in
out.
76104, but help them out with their on and off premise. Yeah,
You got to help
Right on.
Dallas.
Well, thank you for being here.
Of course, yes.
Thank you for bringing me my phone.
Yeah, that's a real
Thanks,
community
Kim.
move.
Community move. Truly.
Little
We gotta
shout out,
protect
little
each other.
plug. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
Do y'all? I missed some of that. I think. Do you work with Community?
No, she just brought me my phone. I guess somebody was like,
You abandoned your phone outside.
that person's phone.
How'd she find you? That's
So you
beautiful.
don't know Kim.
No,
That's perfect.
no, I don't.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about rock, paper, goods, since we can't talk about the chili. That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. That's
Chili
been the,
fan.
That's
I
been
love
the
it.
theme.
Yeah.
So are y'all from Fort Worth?
So I was born and raised in Fort Worth. Annie.
I got here as soon as I could. I grew up in Grand Prairie, so like not far.
Oh, you're right down the street.
Yeah, so I came west.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
It was a good
locals.
move. Yeah, we're local. I've been here a long time.
I'd say Grand Prairie folk are closer to Fort Worth folk than Dallas folk.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to make a choice.
Yeah.
If you live in Grand Prairie, you got to choose. And I chose Fort Worth, so.
Right on. All right, so I didn't get a chance to go out there and check with you guys because I've been in here all day. Rock, paper, goods. What are you guys doing out there? Ceramics and coasters?
That's right, yeah.
Is that the way you would...
Nailed it.
We started with... So they're paper coasters that we put ink and water and hand dip. So they are reusable. They're, eco-friendly. And then, we got pictures.
Beautiful.
And then...
I'm looking at the catalog here. It's great. Okay, and this is you crafting
Annie
a bowl.
on the wheel. Annie's on the wheel.
Yeah, so the ceramic. So yeah, we did the coasters and we're like, oh, rock paper goods, that's cute. And then I got into ceramics and I was like, that's rock. So like we have the rock and the paper and it's all goods. So
nice.
That's some interesting.
Rock, paper, goods.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, are these pictures also on Facebook?
No, we don't have a Facebook.
Okay, well, you're
presence.
going to have to email.
Instagram.
You're going to have to email me some of this stuff so I
you
can
can find us
show
on
our listeners
Instagram.
what you got going on.
We'll link you to the
There's no
gram.
way to steal the Instagram photos, right?
Nah. Well, I guess
you can do it on Facebook.
You could screenshot it. Don't do that.
Don't do that. No, just send it to me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Will do.
On Facebook, I'm just stealing people's shit all the time.
I mean,
I ask for permission,
it that way.
usually.
Yeah. I mean, like if you're stealing with an intent of love and sharing and that's
What do you
fine.
want me to do? Oh no, we're not going to do that. She's gonna email me some of their products and we're going to show it off. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. So, what got y'all into this and how did y'all meet?
Oh,
how do we meet? That's a long.
Yeah, we go way back till
high school, like 15,
Okay.
16.
Yeah, we had
Friends of friends.
a mutual friend that we met through, and then we've just literally been in love
Hanging
and
out.
friends since then.
We've been hanging out a lot since then.
Yeah, and we're just like both like to make art. We both like to go out and sit outside and talk to strangers. And
Lucky for me, you're into talking to strangers.
Marry those two things, and you've got
totally
local art.
So give me a little bit about the inspiration behind your art. Like what drives you guys to make what you do?
I was just like we're just like little weirdos that like love each other and that's the inspiration for the art. I feel like a lot of inspiration comes from like nature, but like the nature that maybe would like turn some people off. Like we do a lot of like hand painted like worms and snails and beetles and just like the kind of,
How does anybody get turned off by beetles?
I don't know, but
Some
it's like
people our bugs are a hard stop for them. But
Let me
for
ask you a
us,
question.
It's like we are bugs. We're just bugs.
We're just little guys.
I've got a bug question for you. Somebody recently told me that ladybugs are also called doodle bugs.
No, what?
That doesn't sound right to me.
What's
but
what's a doodle bug?
A doodle bug is like a pill bug.
Like a roly-poly.
Yeah, a roly-poly.
Roly-poly.
Yeah.
That's a doodle bug.
Yeah, to me.
A ladybug.
Maybe
is
this
like,
is a regional thing, though.
Yeah, I can't be like a hard no, but I can be like, for me, that doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
So doodle bugs to me, roly-polies, are the saddest creatures because they move so slow and they seem so innocent. I mean, they're not venomous.
They are so sweet, aren't they?
There's just there's no rhyme
They're
or
just
reason
out
to
there.
them. What are
They're
they
like-
doing?
They're decomposing. Like, yeah, they're eating.
That's all they do?
They're like taking the shit that needs to be.
They're the trash men.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I feel like worms are there, mushrooms are there. Like, it's all, I think that's the kind of stuff that really speaks to me of like the moment we're in. Not to be like, oh, this art means so much, but like, I just feel like that's.
Yeah, taking the trash,
there's so much trash.
Detritus, and just kind of transforming it into something.
Now it feels like there might be some deeper bug knowledge here. Like you sound like you really understand bugs.
Well, see, I think the thing is, like, I want to learn from them. So, like, I just feel like I just am like, teach me what that means, like, to take, mud and make it into something that's beautiful and new. And I think that's what they do. I like to think that's what we do.
Yeah, that's true. Clay is mud.
Now, whenever you're on that spinning wheel and you're making a bowl, and this is a very juvenile question for me to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you ever feel like that scene from Ghost where Whoopi Goldberg's got her arms around you?
Hold on. Is that how that worked?
Isn't that what it
Oh, it
was?
was Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, it was Patrick Swayze.
I feel like
but it was
someone's
through
arms are
Whoopi.
around me, like.
I mean, I would take either Whoopi or Swayze. Any day.
Yeah,
Any day.
yeah. I'm not picky about who's hugging me while while I'm crafting on the wheel, but yeah, definitely. There's like a lot of life lessons in there. I think so. I started doing it. I took a continuing ed class at TCC. Just after lockdown, I was like, I got to get out there and do something. And so, I just feel like there's so many life lessons of especially with the wheel, because it's like you can kind of start to learn, but then I just tell people you have to be willing to be really bad at it for quite a while before you're able to get competent, and that's really hard.
Well, I remember taking a class in I think it was 7th or 8th grade, and we had one of those turning wheels, and they were trying to teach these kids that gave half a shit.
Yeah.
All of us with ADD, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I just could not get it to work. And we came out with some really crappy shit.
Yeah.
And it just never.
Sometimes, though, the throwaway stuff is the most interesting stuff.
It has a character that, honestly, once you get, proficient, this is my teacher told me, she was like, I feel like I'm trying to get back to that place where I could make something that just, is totally unique and I couldn't plan it, because she's like, of course, she's been doing it for, decades, right? And she's just I know what to do, so the element of, not knowing and something coming up that you didn't expect.
No surprise.
Exactly. So she was like, some of the stuff, you're going to be like, oh, it's terrible, but I see it's really beautiful. And I think that another life lesson, right? You can start out by having an idea of what you want to make, but then what wants to come out is different, and you just have to be I'm just here to help it come out. And
it is what it is.
Now, you guys are all online. You don't have a brick and mortar location right now?
No. We just do these markets, and we have an Instagram that, we're happy to sell through, deliver in Fort Worth. And
have y'all ever considered doing a shop, making your own little place?
Oh, no. That's never occurred to me.
I feel we're just taking it one step at a time. I mean, I would love that. That would be great.
That would be cool.
So for now, this is more of just a passion project that you do on the side.
Yeah. I feel I got into somehow figuring out amateur, and it means you're a lover and you're doing it for love and not necessarily money is nice. I'm not gonna lie. We still live in capitalism. We gotta eat, but
there's price tags on the.
Yeah, exactly. We need materials or whatever. But it's I feel when you're doing it for love and you're following your heart, maybe doors will open, and you just. We're here because a friend was like, hey, this thing's happening, and we were like, yes. We were like, yes, we're gonna do it. So we just keep saying yes.
What was the thing that got you here? Was there one thing? Was it just a friend? Was it the border collies? Was it obviously it wasn't the chili.
Collies was a big part of it.
I was pretty excited when the doggos when they got mentioned.
Oh my God, they're such good dogs.
I hope one of those.
Did you meet one of the dogs out there that you loved
all of them.
the most?
Odin pretty much stole my heart. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
Yeah.
Scrappy dog, little one-eyed dog.
What was the name of the one? Tay? The one that we got out of the kennel? Tess. Did y'all meet Tess?
No, I guess not.
Tess was ridiculous. Tess just melted into me.
Oh, they're
and
just
sounds like you had a connection with Tess.
Listen, if I could take Tess, I'd have taken Tess.
I know. You got to really have a way of life for a border collie, though.
Let's be honest. Those dogs are here
projects.
because families couldn't take them on whenever they thought they could.
They need a job. They're not couch potato dogs, and I am a couch potato 100%.
No, and I work too much. There's no way I could have a dog right now.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no way.
Yeah.
But again, it's you just show up, and maybe the right person will be there, and it'll be a love connection.
Yeah.
I should have asked him. I sat down with the faculty from the organization, and that's a picture of me with my favorite dog today.
You might sleep on
ridiculous. No, it's not gonna happen. I wish.
I'll sleep on it. It'll be.
It's important to know, right? That's important to know too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tricolor.
Oh, well, the question that I should have asked is, did any dog get rehomed today?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't hear about that.
I'll have to follow up.
I hope so. Yeah, follow up with the Border Collies and rescue people, because I hope so. Those were all extremely photogenic dogs.
I know.
Sweethearts.
Border
they
Collies,
knew some things,
dogs
more
in
than
general.
me.
Yeah.
They're so smart.
Yeah.
Y'all watch the little frisbee demonstration?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Better than I could do.
Yeah, for sure.
The dog's got me beat too.
For sure.
Thank y'all so much for doing this. Thank y'all so much for being at Pouring Glory today. Will y'all do more of these as Pouring Glory puts on more vendor events?
I hope so.
I think we will. I heard we were going to be
invited back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't make too bad of a scene, so hopefully we are invited back. Yeah, love it.
Awesome. Okay, so people can find you on Instagram as Rock Paper Goods.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that how it reads?
That is it. Yeah.
Perfect.
No spaces, no underscores. All one word.
The original.
Picked a good one.
At Rock Paper Goods.
Okay, and we'll have that in the show notes for this episode. And if y'all would like to email us any of those pictures that you were showing me, we'd be happy to showcase your art.
Right on.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're
Nice to
welcome.
meet you.
Yeah, you too. And if y'all have an event coming up, or if y'all just want to stop by and do another episode with Fort Worth Roots, we've got a studio on the other side of downtown.
Ooh.
So we're always open to have awesome people like you on the show.
Yeah, I'll bring my notes.
Yeah. We can talk about bugs.
Yeah.
I love that.
And doodle bugs.
Doodle bugs.
Okay, Fort Worth Roots, thank y'all for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're driving me home today. Because
I'm driving.
I've had a lot of really good beer today.
As have I.
Okay, well, we're staying here at Pouring Glory. We will be going no further. Whenever I started setting up today, Scott actually asked me if I'd be if I was moving in, and I said yes, I am moving in. And he said, great. Well, there'll be two of us sleeping here because apparently Scott lives here as well. So might work out. I don't know. I feel like today was a really big success, and it had a lot to do with Stephanie Daniels helping us put all the stuff together. You were out there running around making sure the vendors knew that we wanted to record with them. You got me hooked up with the Border Collie people. You were an invaluable asset. You did a great job. I appreciate it. Fort Worth Roots appreciates it.
Always.
So, what could we have? What did you take away from today?
Some interesting chilies.
And?
And we're not adopting a collie.
You don't know that. I might have already told one I'll take one. I might have already committed to taking, what was my dog's name?
Tess. You don't even know her name, and I do.
I keep forgetting, yeah. I might not remember her name because I'm going to rename her. Him. Was it him? Was it
her?
girl or a boy? I don't care.
She was a little attention whore, but no.
Yeah,
we're not adopting her.
And that was that's kind of what ruined her chances with me, actually, is because she was all over me. And then as soon as I stopped petting her, she was off to the next person.
She didn't play hard to get.
Well, I thought her love was for me, but it was for anybody that would rub her belly. Anybody.
Everybody needs love.
I think today went very well, and I appreciate all of your help. And we're trying to get Ms. Daniels out of her shell here. We did good with the chili thing, you know?
I did.
We were talkative. We had a lot to talk about with the chili. What do you think about Fort Worth Roots? Do you think this is a worthwhile endeavor?
I guess so.
Did we make some? Did we make a difference today, supporting the Border Collies?
I think we broke some artists out of their shells.
For sure.
Not Madeline, though. She's at the bar, and she wouldn't do it.
Madeline? But we know Madeline. She's like a PG regular.
She's too shy.
That's all right. It's not for everybody. Well, that's it. We've done it. We've done another event coverage. This is the second time we've covered an event at Pouring Glory via the Roadcaster. And we'll probably do many more.
Probably.
Tell us a little bit about photography.
We already talked about it.
Tell us about Stephanie Daniels' photography. I'm just going to sit here with this thing on record.
If you need somebody to take your photos, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll capture the raw, silly, and goofy moments. That's it. That's all you're getting. No, I'm just better behind the camera, not behind the mic.
That's not true.
That is true.
Behind the camera, in front of the camera, you're a great conversationalist.
There's a camera over there too, recording.
Which camera?
That one.
That camera? That one right there? Don't worry about that little guy.
Cruising for a bruising, dude.
Okay, well, that's it. We did it, folks. The chili cook-off here at Pouring Glory. Stephanie Daniels being an integral part of this mission. And all of our vendors and all the staff here at Pouring Glory, thank you for your participation. And that's it. Look forward to multiple recordings, either before or after this that we recorded today. We did how many? 5, 6, 7?
At least.
There's a bunch. Really excited about our recording with Bincy Jones. Been trying to get that dude in front of the mic for a while. I think I actually, knee-jerk reaction, told him that we'd go ahead and put his episode up front because he's got some events coming up that he wants to promote. So I think I have to stay true to my word on that. So Bincy Jones will probably be before this recording. The full event coverage of Pouring Glory's Chili Cook-Off.
We got to find out some chili winners, too.
Yeah. And I think I said I liked 1, 2, and 6.
1, 2, and 5.
No,
1, 2, and 6.
Yeah.
5 was
5 was the really delicious Hatch chili soup.
We're not the only ones that felt that way.
It was really good. It just wasn't chili.
Consensus says most people were on the same page as us. They struggled with that one.
Yeah. It was delicious, but it just was not chili at all. And I didn't turn my nose up at chili that had beans in it. Because number two had
and 6. Both had beans.
Oh yeah. And 2 actually had the better beans. 6 had beans in it that I actually could have done without.
So 2 of our top 3 had beans.
Damn. What does that say about us?
I don't know.
As Texans.
But the sweet chilies did not win. I told you before we started.
No, sweet chili. Sorry, sweet chili. Put yourself on a dessert menu, not a chili list.
Savory.
I guess.
A savory menu.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for all your help. Fort Worth Roots. We'll see you next week. We'll see you for the next chili cook-off. How about that? All right. See ya. A huge shout out and a big thank you to all of our friends that made this episode possible out there at Pouring Glory for the Chili Cook-Off and bcsave.org. Randy and Laney, thank y'all for putting that on. That was a pretty original idea. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. It was a great day. The weather was perfect. The chili was wonderful. And there were all these dogs out there. And I love dogs. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a big dog person. Love the doggos. Go to bcsave.org and find all the information that Randy and Laney were sharing with us there. Maybe you just got questions about your crazy border collie. Maybe you want to be a part of the program. Maybe you want to be a foster dog parent. That'd be cool. Anyway, whatever reason, support these guys. bcsave.org. And Randy and Laney, if y'all are listening to this now, please, I'm 100% serious. We'd love to support your organization. You can send us pictures of beautiful doggos, and we'll put them on the Fort Worth Roots Facebook page and Instagram and do everything we can to support you guys. It's a 100% volunteer organization, nonprofit. So if you don't help them out, they can't do it. So let's help them out. Big shout out to Molly from PG. Always incredible. She works her butt off trying to make that place perfect for everybody and a lot of fun, and she does a great job. So thank you, Molly, for being on the show. Stephanie Daniels with Stephanie Daniels Photography just set up her professional Instagram account. It's Stephanie and Photography with an I. So Stephanie Daniels, Danals, Photography with an I at the end instead of a Y on Instagram. So go check that out. She's getting the ball rolling. She just made her first big equipment purchase on a full-frame camera. So she's taking all the skills and talent that she learned from lesser devices and applying them to a mega badass camera. So anyway, good stuff coming out of that. Go check it out.
Allie and Juliana with I Made This For You. Allie has her own thing, Luxury Lobes. That's on Instagram. Go to @LuxuryLobes, just how it sounds, to see Allie's stuff. And then Juliana, it's I.made.this for you on Instagram. Now, I went and I tried to pull that up. I typed it in the same way she said in the episode. Wasn't able to find it. So we might have to do some investigating on that. Or, Juliana, if you're listening to this, hit me up, and I'll make sure that the correct name for your Instagram account is inside the episode notes. And then Adeline with adeline.art on Instagram. I did pull that one up. Amazing artwork on there. We need to support these people. They're out there making incredible art, and they're doing it for you. So go check it out. That's Adeline, ADELYNN.art on Instagram. Sam and Annie with Rock Paper Goods. We got to get together and talk about more bug stuff. I said bug. B-U-G. Jeez. Sam and Annie, thank you. Y'all were a blast. Lots of fun to hang out with. Best of luck to you guys. And we're going to have information about Sam and Annie in the show notes. Instagram, it is @rockpapergoods. You can find that in the show notes too, but that's pretty easy to remember. And then, of course, we closed the whole episode out again with Stephanie Daniels, who, like I said, I think I said this earlier, she was instrumental in making sure that this event went off without a hitch as far as the Fort Worth Roots podcast side is concerned. She's kind of a little bit of a whip cracker, making sure that I stayed focused and kept those interviews going. And as a result, we had to break this up into several segments. So we had Ben C. Jones last week. That was an interview that we actually conducted during this whole shenanigans. And then I packed all these excellent recordings together for the event coverage. And then next week we have another full episode with Itchy Richie, Slim, and Doc Rock from the Traumatics. They joined us for another recording, but man, I just couldn't pack them all together. It was too long. So getting little bits and pieces of this throughout the month and a half, whatever. Anyway, shout out to the folks at PG. That was great. I love being invited out there to hang out with those people. Just the nicest folks. Best beer on tap, great food, and just a really chill environment. And something about that place just draws in really excellent people. So if you have not been out there yet, hold on a second, I'll pull it up. It's over there next to, rest in peace, the old Mass building off of Main Street. I'm looking up the address if I can do this real quickly. It is located at 1001 Bryan Avenue. It's about a mile away from JPS. If you're a local, you know where that is. Anyway, you can pull it up, find it on maps yourself. Pouring Glory. And then you go check these folks out. He's got live music all the time. You'll have to go onto their website and find all their information for who's playing when and what all they got going on out there. But I'm telling you, it's a very active place. They're always doing fun stuff like this chili cook-off with BC Save. Don't forget the website to that. That is bcsave.org. And the website for Pouring Glory is pouringglory.com. I'll put that in the show notes too. Andrew, don't forget. Sponsors, our friends over at Roofing Solutions. Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. You can go to roofingsolutionshouk.com. As always, that's in the show notes. Phone number is 817-882-6520. You people have been getting lucky lately. North Texas hasn't thrown any real bad hailstorms at us, but it will be quickly approaching. And then you'll need somebody to call. And you're going to want to call somebody with a great reputation that lives here in our community. Darren Houk and his family have been taking care of this area for a very long time. Darren has had Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk for a number of years, and before that, his father was a roofer in this community. And so they've got some deep roots in the community and in roofing. So don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. Look that up, and you will see nothing but sterling reviews across the board. I'm not just saying that because he's my sponsor. He is my sponsor because he has those kind of ratings. We understand the roofing culture out here, and it can be kind of slithery if you're messing with the wrong folks. So anyway, whenever we started looking for sponsors, we wanted somebody just like Darren, and that's why we are where we are with this family, and they have just been nothing but supportive of the show. And I'm telling you right now, your most valuable investment Don't mess around. Go with somebody that has a reputation like these folks. Roofing Solutions, HoukWalker.com or 817-882-6520. And if you'll just tell them that you heard about them through the Fort Worth Roots podcast, you get 50% off roofing tune-up. Just something you need periodically for the thing that's protecting your most valuable asset. No, seriously, you need to do this. One more time, 817-882-6520. Shout out to our folks at Wood Post Metalworks. You can go to woodpostmetalworks.com. And they had a sale, like a Black Friday sale recently. Sorry if you missed it, but guess what? Since you're listening to the Fort Worth Roots podcast, you get that same discount. You get 10% off at checkout by just using the code podcast817. And they've got some incredible custom stuff that would be great for gift ideas for the upcoming Christmas season. But they also do a lot of light steel work, plasma cutting, things like that. Lately, I've seen them posting a bunch of finished projects for local businesses that needed new signs, and they cut them out of steel and then hang them for them, I guess. But just really fresh, incredible stuff, and it's great to see something like that coming out of our backyard. So, yeah, gift ideas, check. Great. Wonderful. Need a new sign for your business? They do that. You need some light steel fabrication, like for a new metal fence or something like that, or gate or whatever, they can help you. And keep those Fort Worth dollars in Fort Worth pockets. Check these folks out before you start looking elsewhere. Also great people. HoukWalker Originals. These people put out the tumblers that we were giving away like crazy at the Pouring Glory event that we did back in September for our 100th episode party. And they came out great. And I like telling people the story that she's got this laser engraver that she used to mark up these cups and put our logos directly into the metal. But I didn't have the right logo for her machine. So she actually recreated my logo so that she could use it inside her machine to create this final product. And the only reason I'm telling you that is because it's obvious that they know what they're doing. So if you have an idea, they've got a solution. Check them out. It's HoukWalker Originals. You can go to HoukWalker.com. Excellent. All right. Events. Springfest 2023. It's going to be April 22nd. And we're excited about this one. Last one was great. This one's going to be even better. We're still brainstorming, trying to come up with some cool ideas to make this one more special for you. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We want to make sure that you get out there to it. This is located over at the Camp Carter, YMCA Camp Carter, inside River Oaks, kind of tucked away back here in the trees. It's 300 and maybe closer to 400 acres. It's huge. They've got an equestrian center out there, horseback riding, archery, climbing walls, canoes. It's wild that this thing is in the middle of our city and nobody knows about it. But more people are gonna find out about it because they're revamping that place and trying to market it towards a different audience now. They're going to try to do more stuff out there for our community. So this would be a great time to come out there and just see what the hell I'm talking about. That's going to be April 22nd. I'd love you to go ahead and put that on your calendar. We will be out there doing our thing. And we don't have any details ironed out in stone yet, but we're going to try to do some really cool stuff out there. So more details to come. Springfest 2023. April 22nd. River Oaks Christmas Parade Show is coming up December 10th at 6 p.m. It's going to end at City Hall for the Christmas tree lighting. And, of course, this is open to the public. Come check it out. Jeez. Okay. All right. I think that's it for events. We do have more stuff on the Facebook page. If you ever want to know everything that we got going on, you can kind of scroll through the Fort Worth Roots Facebook page and see what we got going on. Saturday, December 10th, I believe, I'm almost positive, that is Lola's with the Jaybirds. They're going to be out there with some other really kick-ass bands, and that'd be a great opportunity for you to catch some live music. There is a cover charge, but it's hardly anything. I think it's like $10-15. So I'll be out there, hopefully, I believe. We'll see. December 10th. So come check that out. Come hang out with us. Take pictures, have fun, enjoy some music, great beer, wonderful drinks. That's it. I think that's all the notes I got for today. I do have a buddy, and it's inches and gold, baby. You waited this long, and now you're in trouble. Christmas Lights. If you need a trained and qualified expert to come out there and put some Christmas lights on that house. This guy is not a sponsor. It's a friend of mine. He's been doing this for several years. Moved up here from Abilene well after I did. But good dude. And the reason I'm telling you that he moved up here from Abilene is because he has a 325 number. But I don't want that to throw you off. This guy's been up here for years and just can't part with that 325 number. You can get him at 325-232-4183. He does residential and commercial Christmas lights. And you want to call him now, because if you don't know this, if this is like your first time ever trying to find somebody to put Christmas lights up, it's an asset or a resource that evaporates very quickly this time of year. So you need somebody good. You need somebody with availability. That's him. Call Adam, 325-232-4183. And he does not know that I'm talking about him on this podcast. So slip that into the conversation somewhere. All right. Was that it? I think that's it. Again, thank you to everybody that made it out to the event. That was great. Do not forget about our friends at bcsave.org. I swear to God, I almost went home with 4 dogs that day. Okay. And that's it. I'll see you next week. And next week is going to be Itchy Richie and Slim and Doc Rock. And it's going to be a fun conversation. Actually, I've already finished editing that one because I was going to put it into this one, but it's just too daggum long. All right. We'll see you next week. Peace.